Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I just wanted to come and talk about this whole T.S. Madison and Samantha James situation. So, for those who don't know, let me start off by saying this: I don't know really anything about Samantha. I know that she went by Cookie Tookie. I've seen videos here and there of her. Um, and some of the videos I saw I thought were hilarious, but and I remember she had like a YouTube channel at one point, but I kind of stopped, and this is no disrespect, but I really kind of stopped paying her attention, um, because from what it looked like to me, it seemed like she was battling something. I don't know if it was addiction, um, and it just wasn't funny to me. um, and a couple of times some of the videos I've seen, I saw one video of her, um she was like naked on a bicycle, like just on the street. There were some videos it looked like she was probably on some type of substance. But yeah, it just wasn't. I was like, okay, yeah, this is not funny. And it kind of made me sad a couple of times that I did see some of those videos, because I felt like people were laughing at her. And I was like, this is not a funny situation. Um and so I was just like, yeah, this isn't, the cookie tookie Samantha James thing. It just wasn't for me, because again, I felt like she had a lot of, you know, she had some stuff going on, and I don't know how anybody could really look at her situation and find any type of humor based off of what you saw. I don't know T.S. Madison. I know T.S. Madison like a lot of you know T.S. Madison through Instagram, through the Queen's Court, you know. Um, but some people are upset because, for those who don't know, Samantha James passed away a few days ago. And I'm actually on the blog Gay Magazine. And so this is what it basically says: T.S. Madison responds to criticism of her not speaking out on Cookie Tookie's death. A Twitter user recently called out T.S. Madison for not speaking out after the report of Samantha James' death. The two had a public feud. I knew about that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Excuse me. The two had a public feud that lasted years, in which Madison previously stated that she tried assisting Cookie in her time of need, due to Cookie experiencing homelessness. However, Cookie has never been welcoming of her support, in which Madison claims was largely fueled by her drug addiction and jealousy. Years after their public beef, Cookie was never able to move past their feud. As we previously reported, transgender social media sensation Cookie Tookie passed away on December the 3rd after months of fighting congestive heart failure. So this is how the conversation went. So a Twitter user said, "It ain't sitting right with me. It ain't sitting right with my MF spirit that T.S. Madison has yet to come forward and speak out about the passing of my good sis, Samantha James, aka Cookie Tookie. I get they were rivals, enemies, but damn, she could have at least acknowledged the situation." I have a lot to say about that. I would have had more respect for TS had she spoke out. And I never said she had to speak out. All I'm saying is it don't sit right with me for her not speaking out and showing love. And showing love says a lot about her character. That speaks volumes. Not a good look at all. TS responded and said, "Oh well." Then he responded and said, "You should be ashamed of yourself. Then you have the nerve to call yourself a woman of God. You ain't shit for that." Then T.S. Madison responded and said, "Get the fuck out of here and leave me alone." Y'all turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to years of that lady attacking me, my mother, and my friends. Go away from me with this. Y'all are the reason why she gone now. Helping her because you thought it was funny. Go mourn your loss and leave me out of it. So many people look up to you. Somebody else said, so many people look up to you and see you as a person who brings love. It's just distasteful how you're acting towards the death of Cookie. And T.S. Madison said, I have nothing to say. Haven't said anything in years, and I'm not going to start now. No need to be phony. Okay. So this is what I have to say. I remember, I do remember the Cookie. I do remember part of the Cookie versus T.S. Madison. I remember I saw like T.S. Madison online going off one day. I think part of the problem is we um, have been conditioned to believe that once someone transitions, that no matter what your relationship was, our lack of a relationship, you're supposed to come out and support that person. It kind of reminds me of, you know how like you have that family member who was hell on wheels, nobody liked. You know, you probably have that family member, that uncle or that aunt who, you know, violated, one of their, girl cousins or boy cousins. And now this person is forced to go to this person's funeral, right? And sit there and you have to pretend that you're sad, even though everybody in the family knows that that person violated you. I think we have to get out of that bullshit. If you don't fuck with somebody when they're alive, then why do we expect for someone to fuck with that person when they're dead? This person even said, I get they were rivals, enemies. So if you get that T.S. Madison and Samantha were rivals slash enemies, then why would you expect this woman to come out and say something about her enemy? It makes no sense to me at all. We have to get out of, oh, I know you were enemies with this person, but you could at least come out and say something. Say what? Because if I come out and say something, you may not like what I have to say. So I think the best thing for me is to just shut my fucking mouth and not say anything at all. I'm sorry, I'm with T.S. Madison on this one if you haven't figured it out by now. It has nothing to do with Samantha, and it really has nothing to do with T.S. It just has to do with what I think is right versus what I think is wrong. I don't think T.S. Madison owes Samantha anything at all. And the truth of the matter is, there are too many people out there who swear up and down they gave a fuck about Samantha, and all y'all did was sit back and laugh at that lady. And now she dead and gone, and now y'all want everybody to come together and kumbaya, my lord, and say sweet nothings. Y'all didn't even give a fuck about Samantha, and that's just what it is. How many of y'all really can say that you were Samantha friends and you tried to support her and love on her? You know, try and get her help. You can't make anyone get help, but at least say, girl, you probably need to go get some help. How many of y'all sat back and didn't send her money to eat or send her money to eat? How many people laughed at that lady? Like y'all swore up and down, y'all love Samantha, but I couldn't tell by the comments that I would read. Y'all laughed at that lady. Y'all laughed at her, knowing that that lady was battling addiction and whatever else she was going through. So many people look up to you and see you as a person who brings love. It's just distasteful how you're acting towards the death of Cookie. I don't know how y'all want to act because of T.S. I don't know. I don't know if y'all really know T.S. Madison, but I've heard T.S. Madison go off before, and I've heard some of the shit that's come out of her mouth. So, in my honest opinion, I feel like if y'all fuck around and have T.S. Madison come out and say some shit that you don't like, you're really gonna be pissed off, and you're really gonna think what she's saying is distasteful. We have to get to a point in life where it is okay for people not to fuck with people in life or in death. It's fake, it's phony, and it's just not right. For those who actually love Samantha, I hope you're okay. For those who tried to show love to Samantha and support, shout out to you. But it's a lot of y'all motherfuckers who just talking a lot of shit and didn't do nothing. And you know it. You know it. It's sad. It was sad to me just because this was someone in the community that had passed away. And because I knew that she, again, was going through life, it was just sad that this is how it kind of ended for her. But also, I guess you can look on the bright side and say now she doesn't really have to, she has transitioned and hopefully she finds peace on the other side. Yeah, we need to get out of that, y'all. We really have to. We really have to. It's okay. Like, stop trying to force people to come out and support someone or say something when y'all even say out of y'all own goddamn mouths, I know that they were rivals. I know that they were enemies. Then if you know these things, then what the fuck are you expecting T.S. Madison to come out and say anything for? It makes absolutely no sense. You should come out and speak about your good sis. You should come out and speak about your sister. You don't need T.S. Madison to come out and say what needs to be said about your sister. You do that. That's the problem. That's your good sis. That wasn't T.S. Madison's good sis. So if that was your good sis, you come out and you show love to your sis and you uplift her and you tell the world what type of person she was. Y'all want people to come out and do shit that your ass should be doing. Anyways, that's all I got. I ain't got no mouth. This is Rodney, and I'm signing out.